The top tray just has shredded paper to try to keep the bugs down. This is actually the tray that I fed the other day, and I went ahead and it looks pretty moist. I'm kind of looking to see what the moisture level is in it. I'm not really sure because I might have turned this around when I brought it in. Yeah, there's that banana right there. Looks pretty soggy, but it's there's not much of it, not nearly as much of it left as when I put it in here the other day. So I'm really just kind of looking at the moisture level in this level, because it was a little bit drier the other day, and most of the worms were down on the bottom. So I added a little bit of moisture to it. I can see them kind of, really the other day I didn't foam. I just kind of looked at where it was outside. We had several really nice days in Nashville, so I had set the whole bin back outside. But consistency wise, it feels pretty good. That little potato is finally kind of starting to feel smaller and mushier. Now I have a cat supervisor. So overall, I feel pretty good about it. I probably won't knock around in here as much as there's a good assortment of worms in here, though. And as you dig down deeper, you can feel the moisture. So that's great. It smells like dirt. Still a little bit of tomato skin left. So overall, I'm just kind of letting it transition to being in the house. Probably just going to leave it in the house for a while instead of moving it back and forth. Really, the big question is, do I stay in this tray or do I go ahead and move this whole thing to a bin? Which is kind of what I'm waiting for the winter. Just from a mess standpoint. Because in order to look at the layer below, so now generally what I do if I want to look at the bottom layer is to lift it up. Oh, there were quite a few worms up there. See how they all decided to drop down when I started poking around in the upper layer? So I'm going to give them a minute to go up. What do you think, Kaylee? I'm going to give them a minute to go up, and then we'll dig around in this tray a little bit. So there's what I'm looking for. Little tiny baby worms. So fun to see. See them moving around. This is what it looks like in the bottom layer right now. I'm kind of looking for black soldier fly larvae because there was a ton in here the other day. And I'm also looking to see how many babies there are. There were a bunch. There's one right there. There were a bunch of babies in here the other day, which was so exciting to see. Actually, I would say there's less worms down here today than there was the other day when I checked it outside. I think they're starting to move up because that's where the food is, and still lots and lots of cocoons. Just wanted to see if I could show you any. Yeah, there's a little one. I just like to try to keep this turned over because it compacts pretty incredibly. And now that it's been in overnight, we've had the gas fireplace running in the next room. I just want to make sure that it doesn't get too dried out. But definitely looking for babies. There were, when I looked 3 days ago, there were a ton of just little, maybe 1 inch or smaller wisps. And that's just really satisfying to think that guy's a little bit bigger than that. There's a wisp. Lots and lots and lots and lots of cocoons. Where are you going? Yeah, you're gonna stay in there. So anyway, I'm gonna put the camera down, dig around a little bit more, turn it up, and then put it all back together.